Early on in my coaching practice, a client confessed to me one day his reluctance to attend his Ivy League business school reunion. An old chum had told him, apparently, that if you don't make at least $2 million a year, you shouldn't even bother coming to this thing. First, let's face it, that's a weird thing to say to anyone, let alone someone you supposedly consider a friend. Second, objectively, my client was a superstar with enviable achievements that made him stand out well beyond any arbitrary financial milestone. He was successful, sure, but he was also funny, engaging, kind, hardworking, generous, and in a stable, loving relationship. He had it all. So when he told me that he was considering not going to the reunion based on this comment, I was shocked. Right there on the tip of my tongue was, "Come on, man, really?" But I held my tongue. I was in the first year of my practice, and as green as I was, I empathized with his feelings, irrational though they seemed. I'd experienced these same feelings and these fears, as had many of my other upper echelon clients. As overachievers, we're so susceptible to competition on all levels, to the keeping up with the Joneses mentality, both in our professional and personal lives. And since you've picked up this book, chances are you empathize as well. Overachievers often have lives that don't feel as good as they look, and they cope with this incongruity via a wide gamut of anxious thought patterns and fears. They argue for and develop reasons to justify the pace at which they are advancing socially, professionally, and financially, very rarely stopping to question whether the mountain they are climbing is even the right mountain. Some variation of this keep calm and carry on attitude has likely been a part of your rise, and it has been a part of your friend's success too. One such friend to us all was the actor Matthew Perry, who I adored as Chandler Bing. In the book he released the year before his death, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, Perry, a bona fide superstar, detailed his struggles with drugs and admitted to standing on shaky interior ground. He had everything at his feet, including demons and addictions. In his book, Perry describes a scene similar to what my Ivy League reunion distraught client was experiencing. It's a hilarious mistaken identity story surrounding a meetup with the movie director M. Night Shyamalan, or at least a person who he thought was M. Night Shyamalan. The story involves him being gobsmacked by the legendary director's interest in little old him. You should read the story, and the whole book, in fact. But in the meantime,